Hello, good people. Today, I want to talk about white on black racism, the main racism of the world. My name is Lee. Let's get into it in a moment. So back in the day, there were few white establishments where blacks were allowed to spend their money. And even then, the blacks weren't allowed to enter through the front entrance. They had to enter through the back. And in those establishments, they were reminded that they couldn't even use the same bathroom as whites. There were whites-only bathrooms. Because of the color of their skin, black people couldn't drink out of the same water fountain as whites, couldn't eat at the same restaurant counter as whites. Why was that? Something is really wrong with that logic, because during those same times, blacks were domestic workers. They took care of the white family's very personal needs. They cooked the food for the family, bathed the children, nursed them when they were sick, and even breastfed their babies. Now, based on this topic, can you imagine black women breastfeeding white babies? Not of their own volition, of course. They're forced to do so. Because after a black woman had a baby, sometimes they were forced to give their breast milk to a white child. Just take a moment to try to imagine the logic. There is none. I'm just saying. If I felt that you were lower than a dog and so nasty that you couldn't even use the same bathroom as me, I wouldn't want you anywhere near my food or my kids, let alone breastfeeding them too. In fact, most of the humanity that the children of these particular white people were exposed to came from these same black people, black women specifically, spending time with them, teaching them how to brush their teeth, telling them bedtime stories. So it can't be both ways. Blacks couldn't be less than human and filthier than barnyard animals, yet worthy and clean enough to wash their dishes, wash their precious children, and cook their food. And in some cases, this one blows my mind, breastfeed their babies. So with no further analysis needed, I'm sure you can agree how topsy-turvy everything was. A creature less than human and too filthy to use their bathroom was cooking their food, bathing, spoon-feeding, and sometimes breastfeeding their children. What? Come on, man. So they couldn't have thought that blacks were filthy, subhuman creatures. They just couldn't have thought that. But that's just the stem of the needle. Here's the point. If they really thought that, and I'm only speaking about those particular whites, but if they really thought that, then who really were the nasty ones?